Thank you very much from me to you. Thank you, Neeta Lulla. Thank you, Subhash Ghai, for calling me here. It is my pleasure. I would, I don't have much to say. I would like questions coming from you, and I'll answer you as best I can. Okay? Thank you very much.
Back in the 80s, when I was aspiring to be a fashion designer, the one name that I always looked up to was Xerxes Bhathena because of his awesome work on Parveen Babi, Zeenat Aman, and for him starting the entry of gold onto the film screen. And I would always wonder, someday can I just get to meet him? Can I just get to do one outfit for an actor? Can I just get to kind of do something in the industry? And he's always been my inspiration.
Thank you, Neeta. You embarrass me.
Xerxes, it's great to have you with us today. And ever since I've seen ma'am start fashion design, I've always heard a lot about you and how you've been a source of inspiration for a lot of budding designers of the current generation and also per generation. It'll be really great if you could share with us some of your experiences with how you started off and give some advice to students in terms of careers in fashion.
I believe that there are three things essential to be a great fashion designer. First, you have to have the burning sensation in you to become something and a passion that is unbelievable. You have to have it. You have to have the passion to do it right. Don't think about the money. Don't think about anything, but just that right garment coming out of you. Okay? The second thing is be a great student of the past. Look at history. Go on looking at what the past has done. And the third thing is have a good business sense, But Siddharth, is that answering your question or?
Yeah, it is. But I just feel that, to have you with us and not get some more airtime from you.
Yeah. Okay, so ask me more questions.
Also in terms of, let's say careers in fashion today.
Yeah.
The way you see, how have you seen the industry evolve over the last, 10, 15 years?
It's doing beautifully. You are at the best time of your life to be in fashion. Availability, the kind of, things that are happening around you, learn, see. And I think I did not have the opportunities. Like Neeta said that she was looking up. I'm looking up to her. Her work is, getting better and better. And when I was a designer, I wouldn't get things. It was so difficult. Today, it's so easy to get it. And it's better that you are now in the field of, try and get your aesthetics better and better. The aesthetic value that we have is dormant. Get it alivened. Get it alivened. I mean, we feel that we do not have it, but if you're really, really passionate about your fashion and your sense, your aesthetics should grow. Your sense of color, your sense of putting things together, styling, will all improve as you go on. I was lucky that I had a Parveen Babi to back me, and she really backed me, and I became her personal designer, and, I had a body to work with, a face to work with like that. I was lucky. It was lucky. But you need a little bit of luck too. But you have to be at the right place at the right time. I did not know. I came from a middle-class Parsi family. Never ever been to a studio in my life. Can I tell you how I started? Okay? I mean, I was working for Burlington's for 10 years. The only boutique that was in Bombay. Now, I wanted to do more. Burlington's was not making me design a great line. I did a line and I was not, I did the Pret line and I was not sent to France to show it. So I left. And I had a ring given to me by my father. I sold that ring and I made a collection of 17 garments. Now, this 17 garments, what do? I don't know any actress. I wanted to get into the film industry. So I knew a friend of a friend who knew Shabana Azmi. I made one model. I recorded music. I took that model. I planned all this, okay? Take that model, make us change 17 times. The music runs. I got Shabana Azmi somehow. And she liked a coterie of people in our house every evening. And she said, come, can I invite people? I said, yes, sure. So I took those 17 garments with a model and 2 helpers. And she came out. And the first thing is not the garments. It's the guts of this boy, who actually believed in himself. I did not know at that time. Believed in himself. I made the 17 garments. I showed it. Everyone was sitting there and it was exciting, and the music was playing. And I promise you, after that day, I never looked back. She was doing Ye Nazdikiyan with Parveen Babi. She said, your clothes are perfect for her. Now, to get Parveen Babi was very difficult. Extremely difficult. There was a secretary who would say, no, not this time. Call me in the night. So I just couldn't fathom out this industry at all. One day, I called her at 10 o'clock in the night. And I said, can I come over, ma'am? I want to show you a collection. She said, come now. I'm taking a flight at 3 o'clock. So I'm free till 1. I started ironing the clothes, getting my assistants to come, the model to come. I had a girl called Reena Shah. I said, come on, we have got to get to Parveen Babi. I got her because the secretary did not pick up the phone. She sat there reticent, eating a mango. Okay? And, okay, bye, after the show. Did not offer me even water. Okay? But that was the star, and that is wonderful. Okay? Anyway, I thought nothing is going to come out of this. She was going to Canada, and she came back, and the secretary called me and said, Madam would like to speak to you. I said, yeah, shoot. I went and met her, and she told me there's a bad news and a good news. I said, shoot the bad news first. She said, I want a glove dyed. Now, in the 80s, these were, complicated things. But my experience with Burlington's and Leach and Webber was fabulous. I wanted it in the evening. She was trying to test me. I got it. I even gave her choice of buttons. Green, red, white, and yellow. And the second thing I said, what is the second thing? You are doing Prakash Mehra's Namak Halal. I did not even know what that meant. Who is Prakash Mehra? What is Namak Halal? And that is how I started. I never looked back after that. And I promise you, till I became something, I never knew what I was. You just go on working, your passion goes on. And I don't know, y'all are too young, y'all won't believe, y'all won't remember Jawani Jaane Man. Okay, but that was my first costume. And it was like, what is happening? I mean, what is this gore? My costume is not looking nice in this set. What is this? And there was Amitabh Bachchan there, Shashi Kapoor there. And I was not even bothered about it. It was my garment that was important. You know what I'm trying to say now? The passion was 100%. Nothing. I would not do anything differently. I love what I've done. I've loved what I've done. I've made mistakes. I mean, if you see Mard, you will see my mistake. You know, I've made mistakes, but don't feel scared of mistakes. Mistakes everybody does. I mean, should I be saying this? No. I've had 3 ladies who you think have got the best bodies. They are not the best bodies, but you have to cover them and make them best. No long legs, start up. You know, you learn with experiences. But I would do it the way I love my life. I've always loved it.
So what advice would you give, or what advice would you give?
Passion. Don't leave your dream. Live your dream and passionate. Be passionate. I promise you, it's not about money, how to start it. I had no money when I started. I had nothing. And my father said, do what you want. I don't mind you becoming a designer. I'm not going to help you with money. Okay? So follow your dream and be passionate about what you're doing. Really be passionate. It is necessary.
Firstly, it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Because you're also my inspiration. I was also a dancer with Shama when I met Miss Geeta, and I'm also a designer.
Okay.
And I work with a lot of designers. I've got some 8 years of experience. But yeah, I really want to get into costumes. So what would you suggest me, like for example?
It's a touch and go. It's a touch and go. You have to be at the right place at the right time. You know, meet people. Be seen a lot. Today it's different.
Yeah, it is very complicated.
It's complicated, competitive, you know. But I think it is, even the opportunities you are getting are much better. Be seen. Get seen. I mean, it was not easy for me to meet a Shabana Azmi or a Parveen Babi or a Padmini Kolhapuri or a Maushami Chatterjee at that time. But I did, because my fire was very strong. So test your fire, test your passion. Get it. Get it. Get it.
So what would you say would be a difference between a fashion and a costume? Because you came from a fashion.
Okay. Now this is a very simple question. I mean, and it is very important to know. A fashion designer presents a line of garments that's her creation or his creation. Fashion is very different from costume. Costume, you are taking the dictates of the director. He knows the character the best. He and his heroine knows. So you sit with the leading lady, you sit with the director, very importantly, because he knows the character. So you are not doing, like when I did Sagar. I must not think of Dimple the beauty. I'm thinking of her as her character. I sat with her. But later on, the director gave me the input what to make her character. Otherwise, you go wrong. The character is very different from Dimple the actress. So the character is important, and you design according to, and you take the dictates of the director. You take it. You know, there is a time when you might feel an ego. Why should I? But he knows best. He knows his leading lady and the role. You know?
So what was your inspiration behind the collection that you made? What inspired you more?
You know, if I go back to that line, it was a horrendous line. It was a horrendous line. I mean, but I promise you, what was appreciated was my gumption to do it. The guts to do it. To actually make 17 garments, to have a model, to put a boombox in the front of you and do it. I don't think the garments were important in my case. You know? The inspiration was nothing. The inspiration was showing what I can do. In terms of sequencing, which was very, very little. In terms of textures. I tried to blend colors. But it was, I have got that book. I promise you, it is like, it was a very amateur thing. But that's not important. I'm again telling you, it's the gumption that they saw, which Parveen saw. Yeah?
They showed in your garments. They were like,
Sorry?
and it showed in your garments too.
Sorry?
They showed in your garments too. The gut that you started with, the golden garment that you made for Zina Taman, it showed in the garment.
Parveen Babi wo.
Sorry,
Huh.
Parveen Babi, yeah. So it's still, I still go back to.
You know, another thing there, I had a dumb director. I never even knew. Okay? But the song, Javani Jane Man, was a Donna Summers song, if you remember, you know? And I took that inspiration and tried to make her look like Donna Summers. So, you know, somewhere or the other you pick. And when you're passionate and when you really want it to go right, it cannot go wrong. Because your passion speaks. You know? Got it? Have I answered you? Okay.